Welcome back, everybody.
Morning, friends.
Joe here.
Kevin.
All right. We had a long week.
Yes, we did. And we got the lighting adjusted so you can actually see us now.
Yes, yes. Very excited to hop into this episode of The West Wing. Last week, we were on the road again.
Right.
Which makes me believe that I think this episode is going to take place in the White House.
Yeah. I feel like, like I said, I don't think they're going to completely keep that structure, but I feel like...
For the time being.
But I think at least for now, it's like we're not going to get away from the West Wing for 2, 3, 4 episodes in a row just for the campaign, even though... I kind of am enjoying the campaign episodes more because it's such a side of the show we haven't seen.
Yeah, selfishly, I do want to see more of that.
Yeah, I do too. Especially because when we're on the West Wing now, we have fewer characters, right? Because Josh and Donna and Will and Bob Russell, we've got so many characters that aren't in the West Wing episodes anymore. There's we kind of just, when we do, we focus on the Bartletts, CJ, Toby, and a little bit of Leo. And that
a little bit of Leo, yeah.
And otherwise, in other words, when we're in the West Wing, we're not getting a whole lot more outside of those characters.
Yeah, they're pacing that much slower than the Santos campaign.
And I agree.
I think it's deliberate. And it's not to say that it's not interesting because obviously you have health issues going on with Bartlett.
Right.
I find that fascinating as well.
CJ trying to run the White House, basically. Yeah.
Powerhouse performance.
Yeah, for sure.
When she's on screen, she is
killing it. Always killing it, yeah.
So if we are going to focus on the West Wing, I want to see that. I want to go deeper into that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I hope that's what we get.
Yeah, for sure. But really loving where we're heading. I'm looking forward to season 7 because I think season 7 is going to even more focus on the campaign because it's going to have to. We're going to have the election, right? Probably in season 7, which means we're going to see more of not just Santos, but more of Vinnick, which I wanted to. Yeah. Obviously, he's going to be the one we see the least because he's a new character.
Sure.
We do have great cast members with him, like Stephen Root.
Yeah, we do.
Which is really great.
Love him.
We're going to focus more on Josh than we're going to focus on the Vinnick campaign, and we're going to focus on Bartlett. It's more there. First off, you're right. It's definitely Josh's show, but I do think Vinnick is going to kind of get third wheel a little bit just because he's the outside candidate that we're going to focus on. And how long do you think we go with Bob Russell? Do you think we go all the way up to because we're starting primaries? Yeah. Do you think by the end of primary season, Bob Russell kind of falls away?
I think so. I don't know if he's going to be in the race, so to speak, starting off season 7.
Right.
I'm wondering because what episode number is this?
16, I think.
I'm willing to bet by the end of this season, it's pretty clear who are...
Right. I do think it's going to be Santos and Vinnick, for sure. Just because we're not really... I don't consider Hoynes that viable, even though the show tells us he is, because we're not following him. We're not spending any time with Hoynes at all. We're spending all of our time with Santos and a little bit less or so with Russell. So I don't know how he falls off, but somehow, somewhere in here... I feel like Santos has to leapfrog both of those guys.
And I think the show it's definitely foreshadowing that. Right?
Yeah.
It's going out of its way to show you that Bob's not that guy.
Sure.
Like we've said many times, and Hoynes, it's like, does anybody really think Hoynes is going to be the VP nominee?
I don't. You mean the presidential nominee?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. I don't think so because we're just not spending any time with him. We're not seeing him on the campaign trail. We're not seeing speeches, right? We're not seeing him with his campaign team.
Right. And they haven't vilified him, but at the same time, they kind of do make him seem ominous when they show him.
Right.
I mean, he is kind of like a fly in the ointment, so to speak.
He is. I feel like the whole thing is
he's an obstacle. He's not really a candidate.
Yeah, I like how he's set up as the guy that Russell's trying to take down and ignoring Santos completely, which really is I feel like that they are ignoring Santos at their own peril here.
So much momentum. That's why I want to see the campaign side of things.
Let's get going here. We want to thank all of our Patreon subscribers as always for being here with us. Thank you guys, and give a special thank you to our super patrons: Actuarial Lurker, Balaj Foldes, Chris, Derek Peterson, Jamie Morgan, Jeff, Christy Goverston, NJ, Sudu Gundafarapu, Torgir Lingstad, WerePanda47, and Trey Contreras. As always, guys, we're so glad you're here with us. Thank you.
Yes, we are. And if you're watching this on YouTube for the first time, welcome to our channel. If mind hitting the like button for us. Please leave us a comment down below and hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on the new content we've coming your way.
If you would like to see a full-length reaction to this and everything else that we've watched or we're currently watching, please check out a link in the description below to our Patreon page. Every show, including The West Wing, or at least 4 episodes ahead on Patreon. If we're on YouTube, on everything on Patreon due to copyright law, though, you will only see and hear us, so you're going to have to sync and watch along on your own source material.
Yep.
Here's the reveal.
Yeah.
Looks like Toby. The brown suit made me think Toby, yeah.
What can I get you?
Glass of red, whatever's open.
It's like, oh, a lady getting red wine.
Yeah.
We are going to get a reveal on her, aren't we?
We have to stop meeting like this. People will talk. What happened to your face?
I can't tell there's anything wrong with his face.
I think he does have a scratch.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Congressman Matthew Santos emerged from the pack with a healthy 19% of the New Hampshire primary votes.
There you go.
Okay, so he's alive.
Feel the love.
I feel it, sir. I feel very warm.
He's pissed because Dave Pemberton at Slate wrote about Rafferty.
Latham and Pemberton are opinion makers.
Allison Wexler at Newsweek, yes, she's an opinion maker.
She's good, but she's...
Allison!
Latham and Pemberton both wrote about Senator
Latham's
Rafferty's speech. There's only room for one scrappy insurgency. We're in.
Hi.
You're not going to kiss me, are you?
See you at the airport.
Ronna, find me a copy of the damn Rafferty speech.
Okay.
I love their dynamic.
I do too. So I'm wondering if we're going to go back and forth this episode because that was quite the opening, wasn't it?
With for Toby, yeah, I think we are. And maybe we do that more instead of like spin it all on the road or all in the White House. We just kind of now that we've established it all, we integrate and bounce back and forth.
I would like that.
I would too.
Eventually, we're going to do that, right?
For sure, right? Yeah. Worlds collide.
I'm curious what Toby's up to there.
Yeah, what's going on with Toby? He's not having a great day.
Is that a love interest there? I mean, she's like, we have to stop meeting like
Well, I
this.
think there was a joke. I think they just met each other right then, and that whole honest woman thing was his repartee with her.
Gotcha.
Hey there. I didn't know you were back today.
Yeah, I'm back.
You know, I'm joining you today in the Oval.
Margaret!
I love how this episode is being filmed really differently, isn't it?
Focusing on the beverages for
Yeah.
sure.
I had a blue binder marked EPA red! Oh, God! Oh, God! Oh. You're supposed to tell me when you're out so I can go to the dry cleaners.
You're my assistant, not my wife.
In her job, she should keep clean outfits.
For sure. A Tide pen or something.
Yeah.
If anybody has any comments on the Energy Trust Fund summary, today's the day. Josh was handling it. We lost some momentum when he stepped out.
Chronic problem, that.
Every Democratic contender will be in town for this event, including all their staffers.
I'm not avoiding my former deputy chief of staff.
He's going to ask you for a favor. You're going to have to say no, and then you're going to feel bad.
I don't think Josh is that guy.
No.
My sister-in-law was very moved by the letter. You should take as much time as you need. I prefer to be back at work. Thank you, sir.
Did his brother die, the astronaut?
You should get a Band-Aid, some white mint.
I'll look into that.
Yeah.
Never call a woman and say we have to talk. It's not nice.
Oh, never mind. They do know each other.
You think about a replacement?
I've been working under the assumption we'd get him back. I never thought Santos would hang on this long. I'm trying to sort out a three-way war between cities, farmers, and environmentalists, all trying to get their hands on every last drop of the Colorado River.
Oh, yeah, that happens.
10 o'clock's the first urban development lobby.
Who's your guy?
Cliff Calley?
No wonder you want flank support.
Was Cliff Calley the guy that Donna dated for a while? The lawyer for the
That sounds
RNC?
familiar.
The president's not quietly plugging for someone else.
He really isn't.
Greg Brock thinks he is.
Diplomatic mission to Mali.
Bali?
Molly with an M.
Not Bali with a high?
No. I'll be there, but it'd be great to have somebody from your end.
Oh, sorry.
No, come in. Help her organize Molly.
Up in the hill this afternoon.
Yeah, something's up with Toby. I think it's his brother.
Yeah, I do too.
Do you have any interest in being fixed up? There's a guy at the gym. He asked me if you've seen anyone. Guess you're famous.
You feel good?
Okay.
I don't know his name. I played a pickup game with him about 2 years ago. We were introduced at the time. But now I see him around the machines at the gym, and it's all, hey, man, how you doing?
Yeah, we know those people.
Yeah.
And he asked you to fix me up with him.
Asked if you were seeing anyone. We were a couple guys talking at the gym.
You want to go with the binder again?
Didn't work so well the first time.
Yeah. Didn't someone have time to go get her
Right?
a shirt?
There's got to be a store nearby.
She probably has 10,000 people working for her.
So we go to my house.
Yeah.
Are you sure we shouldn't have pulled Toby in for this?
For Cliff Calley, you want a whole phalanx?
He depantsed us on the clean air bill single-handedly.
Greg Brock's here?
I'll meet you in the mural.
She send you to her tailor?
Yes, actually.
I hear you think the president picked a horse.
I think he's done more than that. I think he's channeling support, but what do I know? What if he did? Hypothetically.
Back a candidate now, Congress would go through the roof. Anything the president tried to do in the next 5 months, they'd decimate because support of it would appear to be support of a candidate that half the Democrats and all the Republicans despise.
He probably wouldn't even tell you.
Has he endorsed somebody? Secretly?
I wonder.
If you didn't do what you do, what would you do?
I'd grow apples.
Back in New York, turning the public school system around, would that be a more effective use of my 24 hours?
You have a year.
Yeah.
So who threw the first punch?
Are we getting a flashback, or is this all just going to be revealed in real time?
I don't know
There she is. Yeah, there he is. That's
kiss
it.
the ring. What's the protocol?
This feels like real time, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You had a chance to look over the proposal?
Is it going to get a new name?
The water program?
A little on the nose, no? Oh, man, I just had a deja vu. Wow. Sorry, go ahead.
Was he in here with Leo the first time?
He must have been then.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been so long since we've seen it.
Yeah.
It's a Band-Aid that'll give the federal government permission to ignore drought conditions in 11 states for another 5 years. We're not getting anywhere near it. Put a star next to that.
It's not a drought. It would be a drought if we were experiencing far less than average annual rainfall, but we're not.
Even if I thought more of it than I do, which is little, the New Mexico delegation can't vote for it because it makes them look too pro-EPA. Collins might vote for it just to piss off Sylvie, but I wouldn't stake my morning on anything Hugh Collins might do.
Why'd you come in here if you weren't prepared to play ball?
My niece loves those little M&Ms with the seal of the president on them.
Oh, my God.
You got any of those lying around?
I mean, he's not wrong, probably, on,
Sure.
You got to get people to agree.
Toby. Hey, Toby. Sign me in.
Yeah, Toby's having the dark.
Yeah,
soul right
Toby's going through it.
Just coming in to say hello. Hang out for a bit.
Yeah, is he gonna ask a favor?
On the hanging out.
You know what? Hey, how's it going?
Good. Good flying?
Yeah, it's great.
How come they can get in?
Right? Because they work for the vice president.
Oh, that's true, right? That's true. Even though he's campaigning, you're right.
Talk to me about the announcement for the family leave expansion.
The VP wants to come?
Hello.
Am I interrupting?
You were in New Hampshire, right?
I was.
It's nice.
No problem.
Just tell me tall or short.
He's a good-looking guy. He's smart. He's got a job. He's not a jerk.
It'd be amazing if it was like Danny DeVito.
Right.
I heard security didn't want to let you in.
New guy.
I heard it was Larry. I'm thinking of shiatsu.
That's great stuff.
The camera work is way different in this episode, isn't it?
It is.
We've got the agriculture lobby in an hour. This better not happen with them.
It won't. We'll get agriculture on board.
So much moving handhelds here.
Yeah. I don't think it stopped once, really.
No.
You want me to hire Cliff Calley?
He knows the hill. He knows what he's talking about.
You're talking about a guy who used to work for Congressional Republican.
Who shut down an investigation of my substance abuse history because
Yeah.
he
That's
thought
true.
maybe we should be governing the country.
Yeah.
Not a bad guy.
No.
Not the worst thing in the world to have someone with relationships on both sides of the aisle.
You suspend for a moment the Teutonic allegiance to protocol and shift thyself out of my way.
Josh Lyman, to see you.
Or have the brown shirts taken over.
You're vibrating.
Oh, Josh.
Yeah.
You can't see him.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
2?
Write a letter. Good to see you.
Is it time for the meeting already?
God, look at
Not
the
quite.
camera
I just want to make
movement.
sure you were clear on how the committee was funding the trip.
An interesting juxtaposition between Will and Josh
Yeah.
here.
The guy.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm ready to get off the bench. He works for the government.
It's DC. He's not the only one.
Invite him to the party.
You see the Republican side?
Yeah.
This camera has not stopped.
It's amazing work.
Yeah.
It really is. The editing, the camera work. Oh, Margaret's pregnant?
Was she? I didn't catch that.
Yeah, she's got a bump.
Am I seeing things or is she?
Very.
Good
I didn't know
catch.
she was pregnant.
She's pregnant.
I didn't even know she was married. What's up with Toby? I saw him in the hall.
He's been out of it since the funeral.
What funeral?
David.
His brother?
Oh, yeah.
He
Yeah.
died?
Tuesday. He was sick.
I talked to Toby last week. Why wouldn't he say anything? I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
You think we can put together a water deal without the urban development lobby on board?
I don't know. You're gonna get resistance in New Mexico and from Sylvie out of Colorado.
See, hire the other guy. Hire Cliff.
They're getting a nice boost from the EPA now. They're not gonna walk away from that without a big carrot.
That's exactly what Cliff said.
A little back pain.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Thinking about heroin.
Really?
Will's not getting in. Don't make me repeat it.
It's like we're not even going to get that much Bart in this episode. He's just like the guy you can't see.
Yeah.
It's the anti-Godfather wedding day.
Exactly, yeah.
I just heard about David. Why didn't you call me? The Energy Trust Fund just got dropped. It all got handed off.
Their friendship is definitely on the outs right now.
Yeah.
I got a 12 o'clock conference call and a 2 o'clock on the Hill. You want to get some food in between? Can't today.
That felt more like a no, I don't want to have lunch with you, didn't it?
It really did, yeah.
Your soldiers in the same war, and every word you say has loyalty connotations.
Could be campaigns. Could be you're not ready to talk to
I love how this is framed.
I don't have a problem talking to anybody.
You think we rushed into this?
What is this relationship?
Yeah.
Sorry that we did.
I'm not, actually.
I love how the camera is shifting down.
Yeah. I'm assuming new girlfriend and things are falling apart fast.
Seems like it. Who is she, though, is what I'm wondering, you know?
Yeah.
Does she have any importance, or is it just...
Yeah. Is he going to a closet here?
Is our relationship about to change?
Aspects of the health plan, Annabeth.
Obliterate the money laundering middleman between you and your doctor. Structured like Jed Bartlett structured it before we forced him to cut it out of his plan.
Rafferty's got to have someone who worked on the president's first healthcare initiative.
The president.
Oh, that's what the reporter was saying. That he's tipping his hand.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry he's not prepared to back your candidate, but he's most certainly not backing Ricky Rafferty.
4 weeks of articles about single-payer health care, and it all reads like vintage Bartlett.
Focus on South Carolina. Rafferty will flame out.
So who was it then? If it's not the president?
Yeah.
You don't think it was Toby, do you?
Well, maybe.
Yeah.
That would be interesting.
Yeah. If Toby's playing spoiler a little bit.
You know, you work somewhere and your perspective and your realm of experience is different from that of everyone around you. It's just nice to hear that
Yeah, she's full.
they think I'm good. Nothing that can't be fixed. And I'm honored. Really honored that you asked.
I was summoned.
You were set.
Heel.
Excuse me?
Just seeing if it worked both ways.
Do you have any interest in leaving the private sector?
Are you offering me a job?
I'm gauging your interest.
A White House job. It's a temp job. Any job in this White House, and a low-paying one at that.
I met with a herd of lobbyists on this water deal today. You're the only one who wouldn't budge an inch.
Monsters who are siphoning 90% of the Colorado River into the irrigation of California rice and alfalfa. Because I could jump in and you still wouldn't get a deal because the Senate will love it and the House won't touch it. I'm the only one who'll tell you to your fate. We're the only nation on the planet that can afford the $10 billion investment it'll take to perfect desalination technology. And the federal government's never going to make that investment.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Nice.
I would like him to work there.
I would too. I'm kind of on Cliff's side here.
Yeah, I am too.
Does it bother you someone stealing your stuff? Does that trouble you at all? It doesn't. Only way it doesn't bother you is if you handed it to him yourself.
Ricky Rafferty, are you out of your mind?
I don't know. I thought maybe there should be somebody in the field who talks like a Democrat.
Trying to win a race here.
Matthew Santos isn't going to win anything. You ran to the center for a stinking 19% in New Hampshire?
Every viable candidate has to waste airtime on why they do or don't support socialized medicine.
There's a profit-generating industry leeching.
Dragging the entire field to the left.
Good.
You could have fed me ideas.
You have any idea how strong a force we would have been had we taken on a candidate together?
You are a selfish being.
Get out!
Get out, you selfish son of a bitch!
Oh my God! It was Josh.
Pennies.
And that's what's happening.
Yeah.
What a reveal.
Yeah.
My brother said never walk down the street without a roll of pennies in your pocket.
So you can hit somebody with it.
Oh my God. Guys. Seriously?
I can't believe it went to this.
Seriously? A long time coming? How much of his brother is informing this, though?
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, there was a fist fight in the Oval
Right.
in the West Wing.
So you can eat the ice. It's for your face, man.
Maybe you should take a week, go back to New York. I'm not sure you're doing us any good here right
Yeah.
now. There's some things falling through the cracks. How are David's kids doing? Nothing more important.
I'm aware of what's important in this landscape. Thanks.
Oh my God. He's just lashing out at everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to look at his picture. He did this. He sat in a garage with the engine running.
Oh.
He was sick.
No. He was diagnosed. His wife finds him. What if one of his kids had?
Yeah, God.
It's Jewish tradition that you don't leave the body alone before the funeral. And I sat in that room for hours watching him.
Oh my God. That is so sad.
Yeah. I'm not used to seeing Toby this vulnerable.
I'm not either.
You want me to go?
Oh.
God.
You're about to answer my question. How'd he die? Cancer.
Quick, call your friends at DOD, find out the guy's name.
I'll figure it out before you meet him. Don't
I
worry.
want to get some info, know what I'm getting myself into.
He works at State.
What desk?
Somewhere in South America, maybe Paraguay.
Uruguay?
Yes.
Red hair?
Yeah.
Dick Van Dyke nose?
You know?
Used to be married to him.
Oh, it wasn't asking on a date. Yeah.
I misunderstood the initial
She's seen
inquiry, didn't I?
anybody? Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to be married to him.
Oh, man.
Jeez.
Since when do you wear specs? They're not mine, are they?
I don't think so. I lost a pair. They're not yours, Leo.
Well, they look like
They're my
mine.
brothers.
Can't be doing this from the White House.
Yeah.
Leo,
You can't do this to the president.
I'm doing this for the president. He could help Russell right now if he wanted.
That's not your job anymore. You are no longer the guy who picks losing candidates
Yeah.
and ushers them to their principled end. You're the guy who takes good men and makes them great. You and Josh, you still think your terrier is barking at the heels of the party. You are the party.
That's really good, yeah.
But don't pretend you're still an outsider with a ponytail and a dream. You work in the White House.
Your brother didn't have any more fight in him. You still do.
President's between Russell and Hoynes.
Everybody's in the shot.
I'm second to the left.
We scored New Hampshire because people responded to your policies. Temptation to grab at center is only going to grow. Let's just take a minute and remember where you came from.
I was born a poor black child.
The jerk?
The jerk, yeah.
I was born in the Bayou.
But that's not it either.
Good song choice here.
CCR. Oh, yeah.
Found a few people on the guest list who aren't connected to any of the campaigns.
Camera
You should
again,
focus your
man.
attention on them.
A real technical masterpiece.
Yeah. This is beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
You know what, we should get
We going for round 2? Is that what that look was?
Yeah.
You want to go downstairs to the bar for a little while? Yell if you need me.
And that's where he's with the lady.
I'm hiring you to work in the White House. I looked into what you said about desalination. I think you've got a point.
Yeah, I turned you down.
Nobody turns us down. We're like the mob.
That's violent.
I think we've got a few months left and a lot of governing to do, and I think you're a guy who misses serving his country. Pardon me, sir. This is Cliff Calley. He's a big fan.
Good to meet you, Mr. Calley. It's an honor, sir. But I'm afraid Miss Craig may have slightly misrepresented my position.
This is one of the 6 people you're allowed to speak to. Take your time.
Oh, she looks great.
She does.
I didn't know they made you come to these things.
Take an interest.
Really?
Needed a change of scenery.
Okay. Do you mind if I stand here and pretend we're talking, but we actually don't?
Sure.
Maybe they can date.
Will?
Yeah.
Why not? Checking her out.
Okay, yeah, he's checking her out. Okay.
Can't say I'm entirely surprised. Senator Rafferty, they're ready for you upstairs.
She's Senator Rafferty. She's who he was feeding it to.
Toby. I think you've said some things this country needs to hear. You step out before Super Tuesday. Maybe there's a vice presidency in this for you.
I'm not pulling out before South Carolina. I certainly never.
I've got to step out now.
I thought they were talking about or dating the whole time. As far
I
as,
did
or
too.
do you regret getting into this?
What a brilliant misdirect.
Yeah.
Put them on, let me see. Looks good. Makes you look smart.
So you better hope nobody finds out about this. I mean,
Well, I mean, Leo figured it out pretty quickly. And Josh.
Leo is he gonna tell everybody that, or like?
I don't know. Well, the problem is if people think the president did it, it's such a huge deal.
Yeah.
So there has to be some type of correction, or you just hope it goes away.
I don't think it will.
That was quite an episode, wasn't it?
That was amazing.
First off, beautiful photography the whole way through.
From the first shot.
Yeah, it was so many long tracking shots. The camera in constant motion around every conversation. Loved it.
We had somebody on Patreon say this is one of their favorite episodes, and I see why.
Mhm.
Because, like you said, it wasn't just the photography; it was the writing as well, the editing. You know, every so often you just have those episodes that just come together, and it's a perfect harmony of craft. You know.
I thought it was a great reveal of who she was. Not till the very end there.
Yeah. Well, at first I was like, okay, so I was like maybe a reporter or something,
Right.
something like that. You know. But no, that's Rafferty.
It felt like, because with him sitting there and her ordering her wine and the shot through the wine and everything, I was like, oh, Toby's just picking up on some random girl. No, they've been together.
It was very seductive.
It was.
The way it was done. I say, careful who you get into bed with in politics.
Right, yeah.
That's kind of a good expression of that, I guess. I love that. But also, we have Toby kind of going off into the dark side a little bit here.
Yeah, he definitely took a big swing here that wasn't really. I'm getting the sense after what Leo said.
No pun intended.
Right, but not his place to do what he did. Right, you can't do this. You're working in this White House. You can't be propping up candidates that are going to mess up the field.
And it's like, dude, I honestly think this is being driven by the loss that he's experienced.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
It seems like a definite shift in Toby, though, doesn't it?
It does. And a lot of it's driven by healthcare as well.
Right.
Which clearly, that caused his brother's death.
Yeah.
Even though there's some circumstances that we can't talk about on YouTube. You can't say a certain word.
Right.
But I'm willing that that's why he made that decision.
Sure.
Brother,
to unalive himself. Yeah.
The cost of it.
Right.
And our healthcare system here is pretty jacked up. If you think about it.
It is.
And that's noble. Like if you want to fight that cause, that's totally noble. But how he's going about it is
right. That's the thing is I agree with him on what he wants done completely, and I don't think he's out of line for wanting that. It is farther left than the other candidates probably are when you start getting into election stuff, right?
Yeah.
Everyone tries to run to the middle. We had that conversation between Josh and Santos about the danger of running to the middle. And the only issue is that Toby wasn't in a position where he should have picked a candidate and run with it, because it definitely upsets the balance of what everyone else is going to be doing.
That's what the whole theme is now. Is like balance, right?
Right.
You have these guys that are trying to avoid being too far left,
right?
Stay to the middle, and now you have Toby doing this, and it's like, wow, what a brilliant harmony of campaign and West Wing in an episode.
Sure, and it definitely highlights that the two leading candidates, Russell and Hoynes, are both very much centrist candidates. They're very middle, which is where they want to be because they're campaigning. That seems to be working out for them. But I think since we've met both of those characters, like that's not just like campaign mantra. That's like who they are. Hoynes is a centrist.
Yeah.
Russell, is a centrist. Russell is propped up by large mining companies. Hoynes is a Texan. A popular pro-gun Texan. They're very much not your typical Democratic candidates. They're definitely more to the middle.
And I would say that Santos is pretty radical. Sort of, you know what I mean? Like, and compared to like a centrist,
Right. Yeah, he's definitely to the left of those two guys.
And I wonder if that's going to play in his favor.
Well, I mean, I think that's one of the reasons Josh likes him, is he's not just a milquetoast, middle of the road guy. Like, remember we had the Iowa episode.
Yep. The ethanol.
Yeah. Where we very much saw that Bob Russell will say whatever he needs to say in whatever room he's in to make everybody happy is like the worst kind of populist politician, right?
Whereas Santos did say that.
He did, but he
didn't want to.
He didn't want to, and I feel like he acknowledges he made a mistake, and it probably is a mistake he won't make again.
Sure, and Vinnick didn't say it.
Vinnick stood his ground.
I love
knowing he was going to get destroyed. Yeah, Vinnick was the most impressive person in that episode where we looked at all three candidates.
I think we need more. I think we need Santos to be more steadfast in his convictions.
Right.
And I think we will get there.
Yeah, because Vinnick seems like a liberal Republican.
Very much.
Which means he is very much going to be the middle, right?
Yeah.
He's going to be conservative on some issues and liberal on others. So he's very centrist. I don't think you can run, if you're Matt Santos, I don't think you can run against Vinnick also being in the exact same political spot as a complete centrist.
I was just going to say, it's going to work for Vinnick. I don't think it's going to work for Russell and Hoynes.
I agree. Vinnick is making the tent bigger, but I don't think it works the same way for Santos to be like, no, wait, really, I'm more pro-business than you think. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe it would, but I don't get the sense that that's where the show's going to take us.
Everybody's like marching at the same pace. It's like, no, it's not.
Right, because again, we already have Bob Russell and Hoynes in the middle, and I don't think Josh respects either one of those guys, which is why he went off with with Santos.
And like I said in the beginning, we have momentum building towards something.
Right.
Whatever this bombshell is going to be, I cannot wait. I think we got a taste of it here, obviously the Toby
Sure.
situation. But yeah, I'm ready for Santos to be like, all right, gloves are off.
Yeah, at some point, Santos is, 19% in a primary that he wasn't even supposed to show up in was a good stand-in because of a debate performance, a debate we didn't get to see in any bit of. But we'll see where it's headed. There's going to be he's going to certainly start picking up more momentum than that heading into because you've got primaries all over after these two. You got the Super Tuesday and everything.
Yeah, hopefully there's more with the primaries, but hopefully there's more debates to be had.
Sure,
I want to see one. Can we get one?
Yeah. Well, we're definitely going to have debates down the road, probably in season 7, between Vinnick and Santos. But I would love to see one between the Democratic field or the Republican field with Vinnick.
I want to see Vinnick crush the Republicans.
I do too.
I want to see that, but more interestingly, I want to see Russell, like you said, Hoynes, and then I want to see Santos. I want to see that
those 3 people on the stage together.
Because I think that Hoynes he's no slouch.
He's no slouch, but it sounds like that Santos is the one that really crushed it in the debate.
I think
unsurprisingly,
I think it would come down to Santos and Hoynes sparring.
Yeah, and we keep talking about Santos being the young upstart or the dark horse candidate.
Yeah.
Well, in the Republican Party, we've established Vinnick's the same thing, right? Remember early on when we first meet him, when he says he's going to run, Josh is like, he's not going to win the primary. He's not going to come out. He's not going to get the nomination. Well, if he does, he'll destroy us. Well, yeah, but the Republicans aren't going to pick him. So he also is coming from behind. Going to have to come from behind to win too. He's not a likely candidate for. We have Santos and Vinnick, who are both unlikely candidates for their own party, but they would probably be the strongest candidates in a general election, though. Big difference between primary politics and general election politics.
We have not seen a single Republican candidate except for Vinnick, though.
Yeah, I would like to. All right, we'll catch you in the next one, guys. Thank you.
See ya.